Rabbit farming has multiplication effect. Now that really attracts new farmers. Today, guys, we address one of several myths that exist in the rabbit farming agribusiness sector. Now, it is better to know and manage our own expectation than to follow or base our business model on false assumption that can usually lead us to disappointment. So, you are once again welcome to here at Ace Rabbit Farm as we continue to answer questions that our viewers have interacted with us. And this particular question is of interest. It is of great interest to the rabbit farming communities. Okay, guys? And it goes like this: two or more falls will equate to more litter. You know, is this true? Is this a myth? Join us as we answer these questions. So the question goes like this. I recently learned that if you breed 2 times in a day, such as morning and evening, that you are more likely to experience large litter sizes. Guys, this is a great question because rabbit farmers have been fascinated with large litter sizes for years. So you are not alone to think along those lines, okay? Secondly, it is a great question because many up and coming farmers enter into the rabbit business because of the proliferation of rabbits and the large litter sizes. Guys, this is the multiplication effect that people talk about. Now, all the above are true, and indeed, a joyous moment for rabbit farmers when they get large litter sizes. Anything above 6, people usually will take pictures, they will take videos and showcase their highly productive doe to people in their social circle in the rabbit farming community. So it is indeed a welcoming sight to see large litters. I mean, here at Ace Rabbit Farm, our largest litter that we've got was 13. And we made a whole new story about it. We gave the doe names and a whole lot of things. Okay, guys, you know the story of Nyama Nyama. That story is well documented and it is there on our channel. If you want, you can go back and look at it. She was able to give us 13 liters, 13 in a liter. And for that, it's a joy and everybody really celebrated with us. And we have kept that line, hoping to continue repeating 13 in a liter, 13 in a liter. Because guys, let's face it, 13 bunnies for a single crossing or for a breeding cycle is a plus for the farm, and therefore it is an attractive site that any rabbit farmer, especially new rabbit farmers, get to experience. Okay, so what is also true is that there are a lot of myth in the rabbit farming today. Okay, and here at Ace Farm, we intend therefore to answer some of these. Okay, we would like to answer one of that questions, and here usually our answers are based on actual farm data over the last 4 years or so. So our data is usually raw. I think everybody knows that already. We do not filter our data. What we see is what we share with you so that we can paint a realistic picture as much as possible so that when you venture into these kind of spaces, you do not get disappointed. Okay, we do not want to hype it up. There's enough hype out there for rabbit, and we don't have to hype it up, but we really have to paint a realistic and reliable information so that our partners, our viewer communities can grow appropriately. Now, back to the question, multiple falls or multiple crossing in the morning, crossing in the afternoon. Do all of these activities lead the farmer to get a lot of litter in a size, a lot of babies or bunnies in a particular breeding cycle? Is this true? Guys, the answer simply is no. No, guys, however, let us really dive into it. So logically, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that if you engage your doe in multiple falls, there is a likelihood of your doe giving you multiple bunnies. True? No, this is not true, because there are several factors that determine litter sizes. Guys, several. And the crossing is actually the list. The crossing is the least of these factors. Okay. All right. Let's now dive straight into what we have observed here at Ace Rabbit Farm. Okay. So, not in any particular order, I will say that the health of the breeding pair is a key and an essential aspect of the number of litter sizes. Okay. The feed that you are feeding them, the quality of the feed, there's sufficient abundant hay, the environment where you keep your animals, are they safe from the external environment, are they safe from predators, are they anxious, are your animals anxious? Is it a windy place? Are you protecting them from the environment? Because that will lead eventually to the health of your animal, right? Then I also want to add farm management, your general routines, the well-being of your animal, okay, the comfort level of your animal, the abundance of food or feed, the various type of forage, the variety in forage. All of these are factors that are going to lead to multiple litter sizes. Then finally, maybe I want to talk about the breed, because the breed is also very, very essential. I've not seen one before, but what I read in one of the articles is that some New Zealand can give you up to 24. Guys, I've not seen any 24 in our farm. The largest we've seen on our farm is only 13. And even that one is not coming from a New Zealand. It is coming from our Banyero breed. These rabbit breeds that come from East Africa and so forth, okay? However, our New Zealand, our Californians, our Palominos, the checkered giants, we get an average of anything between 6 to 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 6, 9, 10. So occasionally, when the does are obviously getting old and getting worn out, then you start getting smaller numbers, okay? So we like to strike an average, and especially since also there is going to be a little bit of mortality of these bunnies, we like to strike an average, and we say we are happy if we have 5 per doe. So now let us think a little bit about our animals, right? Guys, your breeding does and bucks are the asset of your farm. So as a typical asset in any business, do not overuse them, do not overexert them, because that will determine the productivity and the longevity of that particular asset, okay? So this idea of multiple breeding them, giving them multiple bucks at the same time, all of that looks like logically you are aiming towards a higher number of litter, but it is not true, okay? At least what we have observed on our farm, it is not true. I'm gonna take one or two of those points and I'll probably elaborate on them. I believe those points are key, okay? Okay, so number one really is the health of your animal. Guys, you hear a lot of people talking about it's a fit doe, it's a fit back, Yes, the health of your animal. Number one, is the animal healthy? And that definitely is a guarantee of a number of litters. Okay. So health, guys, check your animal is healthy. Don't put them on any strong antibiotic before breeding. Just make sure they are generally healthy. They don't have any infection around their, infection anywhere, from their skin, from their ears, from their bones structure. Just make sure that these animals are pre-selected for breeding purposes. Okay. The age of your breeding pair will also determine. Usually, as we see our animals, because we use them, we try to breed as maybe 4 times in a year. So guys, we're learning all of this as we go along. We thought we could achieve 5, but I can say comfortably that here at Ace Rabbit Farm, we are successful nearly 4 times per every calendar year. And so that gives the animals a lot of time to rest. We make sure we keep them in good top condition. We still have animals that are 4 years on the farm. Guys, the likes of Grandpa is still busy doing crossing for us. I think we've spoken a lot about Grandpa. Grandpa is still on the farm. It's actually 4 years. He was the first back on the farm, and we still keep him there because the genetics are so good. And we just use him once in a month or so. He's a standalone backup back. Okay, so purely based on experience, and so far we are still getting good result from them. So we've discussed the health and the fitness. There are even cases where you bring doctors, veterinary doctors on site to come and take samples of the semen from your back and then do count. They talk about motility or mobility of the various sperms and the health nature of the sperms. Okay. All right. So these are some of the things, but I think for me, really, what we have observed, guys, is that feed, like we keep on saying, feed solves 80% of your problems on the farm. So if you're giving them good quality feed that is not going to leave your bucks and doe fatty and obese, then they are likely to perform and produce maximum litter sizes for you. Okay. This other point, we know about it, but we have not tried it on Ace Rabbit Farm. Okay. Apparently, according to what we have read in articles, because we've not tried it yet, but we know about that, and I believe that to be true, is also that the animals actually release, I'm talking about the doe now, they actually release their eggs in the process of crossing. Okay, so what this means is that once you cross an animal successfully, the eggs that is for that reproduction has already been released. And so there is not any other time that this animal is going to release another egg. And that's the reason why we actually believe that once we cross the animal, within the first 20 minutes, that animal is totally bred. And the next time you bring a back to the animal, you see the animal actually making noises already. And it is even less than a day. Okay. If, however, you cross the animal in the morning, and then later on in the afternoon or in the evening, you bring another back to try and cross it, and the crossing was successful, then perhaps during the morning time, the animal did not release any eggs. Okay. And that is the only reason why it will allow another male to cross it. Or secondly, that particular doe is actually not a fertile doe, because if it's not a fertile doe, that means it does not release any egg at all. And so you can cross it and cross it and cross it. I think we've come across that scenario on our farm. We've crossed it many times, and it still doesn't release. And those does are actually called naturally muted. Okay, they are naturally muted. I spoke to Anton from South Africa about it, and he was quick to jump to one conclusion. Alex, get rid of it, dispose of it quickly, because some of them are naturally muted. And guys, it is not every single animal that is good for reproduction. Okay, I think that point we have made it very clear here at Ace Rabbit Farm. So guys, that for me does it. that it is a myth that if you do multiple crossing, your animal is going to give you more litters. There could be a glitch somewhere here and there, but we have not observed that. And consistently, what we can say with absolute confidence is that one single crossing is sufficient, because we got 13 from a single crossing. We got 9 from a single crossing. So that for me is my conclusion. The second point is also just be careful, because you don't want to stress your animals too much when you are, walking them through all this type of multiple crossing, or even forcing their body to give you more liters than what they are capable of doing. Importantly, check the number of breasts, the number of teeth on the animal. Okay, if it has got 8 teeth, then why do you need 9 bunnies or 10 bunnies? You might end up starving a couple of them. Of course, we can do fostering and all those things, but just watch out for those kind of things. So if it's, okay, we've seen up to 10 teeth. We do have 10 teeth in Ace Rabbit Farm. We count them. We do have 8 teeth. Anything less than 8, in other words 6, we remove from the farm. Those animals are not well equipped to give us large number of liters. Okay. All right, guys, I think that basically does it for me. We've spoken quite a bit, but what is going to be more of interest to me is to hear from you, our community. What is it that you have observed on your farm? What is it that we can take away from there? Could it be that you are seeing a positive result by doing multiple crossing? Or have you even tried multiple crossing before and you only got 1 or 2 bunnies? So again, here it is. Let's go out there, keep experimenting. Boom, you know how we do it here at Ace Rabbit Farm, guys. Keep farming and keep sending all your comments so that we can have more and more of such beautiful conversations. All right, catch you later. Bye-bye.